Good afternoon, everybody. Today we are going to be taking a look at and field testing a nice little hatchet made by Husqvarna. This little guy, I think everybody's going to be impressed with. So stay tuned and we'll get into it and take some measurements. All right, guys, here we go. All right, first off the cup before we measure, comes with a pretty nice leather sheath. You can belt carry this. It has this little leather cord and it's built in for retention. Pretty thick welt, riveted. All right, this is another little guy I've had for quite a few years. I've done a lot of work with this tool. However, let's get some measurements here real quick. So, total way across, we have 5.5 inches. The bit is 3 inches. Our overall length, hold still there, 15 inches. And we have a lanyard hole or a hanging peg, whichever you would like to use that for. This little guy came pretty sharp, holds an edge very well. It will, instead of just saying and not showing, keep cutting myself. And I lost all the hair, except for a little bit there. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it'll shave. So we'll get the camera reset here, guys. We're going to take it back to that old down pine and put this thing to work for you. Okay, guys, here we go. Let's just go ahead and just take it right into it. That nice, good hickory handle. That makes virtually no shock with this. All right, guys, let's get you in closer. That way you guys can get a more close-up view of the action. Not using hardly any force at all. She's taking out pretty good sized chips. Not too bad, guys. That's a pretty decent size. Actually, may even say that's a little big for using a hatchet, but hatchet we are going to use. All right, let's get this little cow's mouth cut in. Well, we can direct the fall of a tree. All right, that ought to do. Now we'll come back to this side and cut it to pellet. All right, here we go, fellas and ladies. She's getting close. Well, man, we are caught in another tree. So see if we can't encourage. Might need to take a little bit more off. And she's about ready to go. Timber. Yeah, that's pretty decent size for a hatchet, but not too bad. Took all together about 3.5 minutes. Got that. Okay, guys, let's see about making us a little tent stake. We'll check that. I didn't think I got that X quite big enough, but we'll come back and check it. Yeah, I think that'll be all right. Nice and sharp. Very little resistance here. Okay. Now we got to put a tip on it. Now all that's left is to drive it in the ground. Let's get the giant pile of leaves out of the way. There we go. It's in there pretty good. All right, not too hateful, guys. Don't mind me, guys. Just making a little bit of a flat spot here. There we go. All right. Now then, before I split this, let's make sure. Yep, I should be safe. Get everything vital out of the way in case this blows through or I miss. We're just going to split this around here, about 3-inch diameter, about just perfect size for size hatchet we got. No problem. Well, guys, I think the proof's in the pudding. Pretty fine axe, or pardon me, hatchet. Real quick here, guys. Let me try to get some feathers. That'll just give you an idea. You can do feather sticks with this hatchet. Alright, now one thing I forgot to mention. It was part of my criteria when I get a hatchet or an axe. That grain, almost perfect, near straight up and down. That cutting edge is dead center of the handle. Has a pretty good hammer pull on it. Weight's very good. It's balanced incredibly well. And like I said, I really do like this handle profile. This is a American hickory handle. Now this thing claims to be hand forged too. I mean, it is stamped quite proudly and boldly into the blade. And I think at the time, now prices may very well have gone up over the years. This was somewhere in the neighborhood of $64 when I purchased it. So I wouldn't be surprised now if it's not closer to $70, $74. Personally though, do I think it's worth the money? Yes, absolutely. This hatchet has been an absolute workhorse. I have done gobsmack of cutting and splitting with it. Now its profile is more inclined for the chopping, but as long as you don't go crazy on the side, as you've seen, I found it splits just fine. And mind you, got a fairly small bit. You got a 3-inch bit there, so you know we're not expecting you to cut down a proper sized tree and use this as a splitting maul. Now, as far as a pack for camping, bushcraft, survival, emergency kits, fantastic, man. This thing is solid. I can't really complain. Everything on it's made well. The head is fitted just about perfectly, and there's been no severe warping or cracking, and usually we'll get that up here, but nah, as much as abuse as I put to it, there ain't a slight bit of wobble. That head is just like the day I bought it, so very well secured. Now, like I said, now it's a bit on the pricier side, but if you are more of the kind that you prefer your wooden handles versus like the S-Wings all metal handles, don't think you can go wrong here. It's not the cheapest, but the quality is extremely high, so I can wholeheartedly recommend this hatchet. It's one of my favorites. This thing right here is kind of sits right there beside my S-Wing hatchet. It's like I'd be kind of what am I doing today? May end up being which one I pick. So if you guys are interested, try to look this thing up. I got mine at my local Ace Hardware. I'm sure they sell these in multiple places. Now, they do have a hatchet that has a much bigger head, and that one's more common. Now, this one, I think, somewhere around the neighborhood of like a 16 or 18 ounce head. So that's why when I saw this there, I snagged it up, because that was one of the first times I seen one with this head on it. Most of them was a much bigger, heavier one, and I wanted something more lightweight, more belt carry friendly. So everybody, if you're interested in that, I'd highly recommend trying to see if you can track one down. With that, guys, I appreciate you watching. Thank you for your views and thank you for your time, and I'll see you in another video.